Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Monday Breakthrough. So this episode kind of started a couple of days back with a late night chat with my husband. We were talking about life, the kind of conversation where you end up saying something simple, but you know it will stay with you for years. And we were talking about energy, where it goes, what drains it, and why so many people actually seem constantly exhausted. And he said something that was so obvious and yet so profound at the same time. We should keep the things that give us something back, joy, income, meaning, satisfaction, and let go of the things that don't. And that was it. That's actually the entire philosophy. That's the quiet wisdom most of us are too busy to practice. But it's also a key to everything else. So today I actually want to spend some time with you unpacking that idea. Because once you really take it in, it starts to change how you live, what you commit to, who you spend time with, what you carry, and what you finally put down. So let's start with something honest. Most of us are definitely carrying far too much. We say yes out of guilt, we stay in jobs out of fear, we maintain relationships out of habit and not love. We keep old dreams alive because we are too scared to admit that they have expired. And because of all that, we feel heavy, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and creatively. We get stuck in this survival mode, busy, overwhelmed, pulled in every possible direction, and we convince ourselves that this is just what adulthood looks like. But that's not adulthood. That's kind of a autopilot. That's exhaustion disguised as responsibility. And I'm really not just talking about financial gains. When I say keep what gives, I mean anything that gives you something meaningful in return. That might be creative energy, a sense of purpose, joy, laughter, connection, or growth, even just peace. If something in your life offers that, then yes, it's worth your time. But if something takes up your time, drains your energy, makes you smaller, quieter, or constantly anxious, what's the return? If you're always giving and never getting, what are you even doing it for? And personally, I used to stay too long in almost everything. There's still a part of me that kind of wants to go back to college to finish everything because I've already invested so much of my time and effort and everything. I stayed too long in projects I no longer believed in. I stayed too long in habits that left me feeling worse and not better. And as everyone else, I told myself stories like, maybe it'll get better next week. You will have more time to learn next year. You don't want to be so dramatic. You don't want to let people down. And that's just how things are. But staying in a space that gives you nothing back, that's kind of a self-abandonment. And always costs you more than you think. It costs you clarity, it costs creativity, it costs confidence, and it costs time. Because you spend so much time thinking about it, thinking about things that you are actually doing because other people want you to do them. And that's not really worth it. And eventually, you will have to start to let it go. And I would like to learn the same. And I'm sure it will not happen all at once, but if you start small, if you stop saying yes when you mean no, if you stop chasing opportunities that don't really excite you, if you stop trying to be everything for everyone, and slowly you will begin to feel lighter. Suddenly you will have more time for projects that mattered. You will reconnect with friends who truly cared. You will create work that isn't just profitable, that it's true. And that's the thing about letting go. It creates space. And into that space, better things starts to arrive. So here's something you can try. Maybe tonight, maybe this weekend. Take a piece of paper and draw 2 columns. On the left, write what gives me energy, and on the right, what takes my energy. And be honest, really be honest with yourself. What can you do more of what's on the left column, and what can you let go of from the right? And remember, letting go doesn't really mean cutting everything overnight. It can be gentle, gradual, quiet. But everything starts with noticing. Here's what I keep now. I keep creative work that lights me up, even if it's slower. I keep people who make me feel more like myself. I keep habits that support my body, my mind, my calm. I keep moments of silence, of reflection, of joy. I keep fun. I keep beauty. I keep the things that remind me who I am when no one's looking. And I'm letting go of the university. And it's really funny when a 39-year-old person says that, but I'm letting go of it. I'm letting go of guilt that's not really mine, of proving, of pleasing, of performing. So what are you keeping that no longer feeds you? What are you tolerating that once felt like a gift, but now actually feels like a burden? And be honest, not because you need to change everything today, but because you deserve to know. You deserve to live a life that actually gives something back. A life that doesn't just fill your time, but fills your heart. So here's what I want you to remember today. Keep the things that give you something. That might be joy, purpose, peace, laughter, connection, excitement. And have the courage to gently, respectfully, but firmly let go of everything else. Because you are not a machine. You are a living, breathing, beautiful person. You're allowed to design a life that feels good to live in. So please keep what gives and let go of what doesn't. And don't wait for a breakdown to start doing it. Start now, and your future self will thank you. And I thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourself, keep what gives, and I'll talk to you soon, guys.